It is so encouraging to see so many people getting back into the game of golf, or maybe for the first time ever giving it a try. But not everybody wants to put the bag on their shoulder for an 18-hole round, which is why today I am especially excited to introduce you to my little friend. Say hello to the CaddyTrek 2.0. With golfers everywhere diving back into the game of golf, or some discovering it for the first time, fitness and exercise, being outdoors, is a key part of that equation. But not everybody wants to put a bag on their shoulder and walk what amounts to 8 to 10 miles, depending on the length of your course. Not everybody wants to push a traditional pull cart, right? So this CaddyTrek 2.0 is a really good answer, a solution to that issue. Now, it's very small because it fits into your vehicle quite easily, and by the way, it's not heavy. This is roughly about 30 pounds. With the battery sitting in this compartment right here. We'll get to that here in a little bit. But I know the first thing you want to know is, can I really set this up? Do I have to have a degree in rocket science in order to make this thing work? Here's the good news, you really don't. The setup process is very quick. There are a couple of bars that are connected on easily locking, tightening handles. Okay, we're going to lock in these two, the red and the black. We'll adjust them a little more finely here in a couple of minutes because we need to get the lead wheels out in front of us. We got to clip this into place. You can hear that clip. Now that means we are secure. Let me take a second here to readjust this angle, because I know when I put that bag on here, I don't want it to fall forward. All right, here we are here. I'm going to lean this handle back just a little bit. And there's one more thing you want to see on the back side, and this will come in handy a little bit later. There is a stabilizing wheel here on the back. I'll show you why that's important here in a little bit. But first, the ease of mounting your bag. I have never put this bag on it. I literally just took this bag out of the wrapper a couple of moments ago. So let's see how well it fits onto the CaddyTrek. Sits on those posts. We come down here to the bottom. A very easy clasping mechanism secures it there. Another similar bungee mechanism up top. We'll lock it into place up here so that you don't have to worry at all about the thing falling off of your CaddyTrek. This is what the basic look will be. You can adjust these handle angles as you see fit. If you don't like that there, you can move it down there. If you want it up higher over top of your clubs, you can move it up here. But you have all that customization availability to you as you get ready to head out for your round. So what's the next most important step? Getting to know this little fella, because this is both a live remote where you can directionally control the CaddyTrek, but it's also the sensor by which it will automatically follow you. I think one of my favorite aspects of the CaddyTrek is the easy setup. From car to ready to play, it really only takes about 60 seconds, especially once you get into a bit of a rhythm. So next, it's time to power things on, and the question I know you have is, how can that little thing have a battery powerful enough to get me through 18 holes? It can, it does. In fact, the predicted life of it is about 27 holes of walking on a long golf course. Why? Because the battery lives down here, and it's a pretty big dog, which easily charges. You slide that port open, you plug it into any outlet, and it comes with the charger, so you have all that taken care of. So then it's time to fire everything up. It's not a complicated process. Down here on the lower front side is a single button that you push, and it beeps its way into life, and you do the same thing on your remote, and you're good to go. There are numerous operating modes for the CaddyTrek. Let me take you through the simplest one, the most obvious one, and it's a pure remote control mode. So here on the remote, we're just going to move our mode from SB, which is standby, over to RC, which is remote. That light starts blinking, and now this is ready to follow your directions based on these 4 arrows. Let's send it away. And as she goes away, one important factor to remember with the CaddyTrek is that it's going to keep going until you tell it to stop. I've told it to stop. If you don't, it's going to keep on going. And I should tell you right now, the version 2.0, if it's heading towards something, it will run into it. So be careful. Make sure you're aware of the importance of stopping it. But the ease of maneuvering is really very, very simple. We're going to turn it around and bring it right back to us. And do that with the right arrow. Get her pointed our way. You can adjust from side to side as it's coming forward. So let me kind of tighten up the navigation. And I will stop it myself before it runs me over. Okay, just so you all know. Stop. Goes backwards just as easily, but again, you're gonna want to be the one that presses stop on it. So that is the most basic mode for the CaddyTrek 2. The remote control mode where you literally tell it where to go. Now, let's get into some of the more automated modes where it actually follows along behind. We thought it would be helpful to leave the range area and come onto an actual golf hole. So here we are on the 18th tee at the beautiful Sawmill Golf Club in Freeland, Michigan. If you ever happen to be in the mid-Michigan area, I highly recommend teeing it up at this beautiful golf course. But I want to show you another mode of operation of the CaddyTrek, which is the follow me mode. It's my favorite mode personally. So what I'm going to do is hit my normal 375-yard bomb. I don't know why you're laughing. Right down the middle. And then I'm going to step in front of the CaddyTrek and show you how quickly and easily this little remote triggers the follow me mode. And we're just going to have a little walk down the fairway. But first things first, we should probably try to hit the fairway. That may have only gone 335, I'm not really sure. So I was also thinking that by the time you get to the 18th tee, you're really glad you weren't carrying a big bag around for the entire round. So the CaddyTrek's ready to continue following. All you have to do now, in this mode, it actually runs backwards to follow you. So you've got your remote on your belt. You're going to touch the follow button. You'll hear a couple of beeps. And away we go. And in reality, it couldn't be more simple. All right, I'm going to hit my second shot, but before I do, it's time for us to kind of flip things around and get the CaddyTrek ready for its other operating mode called the marching mode. So during the follow me mode, I had the remote on the back of my belt. Now I'm going to move it to the front, and I'll show you why here in just a moment. First, I'll step over and hit my shot. All right. So we've set ourselves up with a nice wedge in on this pretty lengthy par 5. And as we come back over to the CaddyTrek, now what's going to happen is I'm going to stand back here. I again am going to hit the follow button, but this time the CaddyTrek's going to march on ahead of me. And away we go. And away we go. Now, in marching mode, it's going to turn the opposite direction that I walk. So if I want it to go to my right, I come over here to the left. If I want it to go straight, obviously I stay right behind it. And if I want the CaddyTrek to turn to my left, I come over to the right side. So this marching mode is either going to make you look like you've had a few too many and you're weaving and bobbing a bit, or you just stay right dead behind it, and the entire time it will keep this pace and this distance, and when I stop, it will stop as well. It's a convenient mode, especially if you like to have everything out in front of you. And I think every user of the CaddyTrek probably has his or her own personal preferences for how they most like to operate it. Some will do nothing but remote with the 4 buttons, the 4 directional buttons. Some will have it on their back belt for the follow me mode, and others will like it to march on ahead of them. Whatever route you choose, as you can see, it's really simple, really quite versatile, very affordable, and a great way to get around the golf course. Well done, CaddyTrek. Can't wait to see version 3 coming out this fall.